Hello everyone, this is Pranjal Srivastav. Today's topic is machine reference model. Contents of this slides are virtualization recap, need of virtualization, machine reference models, security ring and privilege mode. What is virtualization? What do we mean by virtualization? Vir- Virtualization is a key component of cloud computing as it enables cloud providers to efficiently utilize their physical resources and offer flexible and scalable services to customers. Cloud providers use virtualization to create virtualized environment that allow customers to run their application and service on virtual machine hosted on the cloud infrastructure. Why we need virtualization? And it helps in enhancing your performance, limited use of hardware and software resources, shortage of space, eco-friendly initiatives, administrative cost is less. What do we understand by machine reference model? At the bottom layer, the model for the hardware is expressed in terms of the instruction set architecture, ISA, which defines the instruction set for the processor, register, memory, and interrupts management. ISA is the interface between hardware and software, and it is important to the operating system developer and developers of applications that directly manage the underlying hardware. The application binary interface ABI separates the operating system layer from the application and libraries which are managed by the OS. ABI covers details such as low-level data types, alignment, and call conventions and defines the format for executable programs. System calls are defined at this level. Okay. This interface allows portability of application and libraries across operating systems that implement the same API. The highest level of abstraction is represented by the application programming interface, which is known as API, which which interfaces application to libraries or the underlying operating system. The instruction set exposed by the hardware has been divided into different security classes that define who can operate with them. The first distinction can be made between privileged and non-privileged instruction. Non-privileged instruction are those instructions that can be used without interfering with other tasks because they do not access shared resources. This category for contains, for example, all the floating, fixed point, and arithmetic instructions. Privileged instructions are those that are executed under specific restriction and are mostly used for sensitive operations, which expose or modify the privileged state. For instance, behavior sensitive instructions are those that operate on the input and output, whereas control sensitive instructions alter the state of CPU registers. Security rings and privilege modes. As a possible implementation features a hierarchy of privileges in form of ring, basically in form of rings based security. Ring 0, ring 1, ring 2, ring 3. Ring 0 is the most privileged level and ring 3 is the least privileged. Ring 0 is used by the kernel of the OS. Ring 1, Ring 2 are used by OS level services and Ring 3 is used by user. Recent system supports only two level with Ring 0 for supervisor mode and Ring 3 for user mode. As we are talking about machine reference model, so in system enterprises and software engineering, it is used as an abstract framework or domain specific ontology consists of an interlinked set of clearly defined concepts produced by an expert or a body of experts to encourage clear communication. A reference model can be represent the component parts of any consistent idea, from business functions to system components, as long as it represents a complete set. This frame of reference can be used to communicate ideas clearly among members of the same community. Reference or models are often illustrated as a set of concepts with some indication of relationship between the concepts. Why we use reference model? There are many uses for a reference model. One use is to create standard for both objects that inhabited the model and their relationship to another object. By creating standard, the work of engineers and developers who need to create objects that behave according to the standard is made easier. The software can be written that meets a standard when when a standard can make use of design pattern that support key qualities of a software, such as ability to extend the software in inexpensive way. Another use of reference model is to educate. Using a reference model, leaders in the software development can help break down a large space into smaller problems that can be understood, tackled, and refined. The third use of the reference model is to improve communication between people. A reference model breaks up a problem into entities or a things that exist all by themselves. Things is often an implicit recognition of concept that many people already share. The fourth use of reference model is to create clear rules and responsibilities. By creating a model of entities and their relationship, an organization can dedicate specific individual or teams, making them responsible for solving a problem that concern a specific set of entities. The fifth use of reference model is to allow the comparison of different things by breaking up a problem space into basic concepts. A reference model can be used to examine two different solutions to that problem. In doing so, the component part of the solution can be discussed in relation to one another. For example, if a reference model describes computer system that helps track contacts between a business and their customer, then a reference model can be used by a business to decide which of five different software products to purchase based on their needs. A reference model, in this example, could be used to compare how well each of the candidate solution can be configured to meet the needs of particular business processes. So that's all for today, and thank you everyone.